You look wonderful.
You too. Does that mean come in?
Come in, of course. She's not ready. You know. I've been ready for 20 minutes. So, what do you drink? Scotch, I bet.
Scotch would be fine. With a splash, please.
Oh, a splash of water or soda?
Water.
Do you know something incredible? This is the first time I've ever seen a man in dress clothes. Except for the movies. I guess I shouldn't say that to people. They'll think I'm a total hayseed. Tell me, is Topeka written all over me?
Well, to tell you the truth, I never noticed. I was just thinking how very lovely you look. So much more grown up than I imagined you would.
It's this face. People always think I'm younger than I am. I guess I'll appreciate it when I'm 40, but right now, it's the bane of my existence.
Yeah, well, it's a bane a lot of girls wouldn't mind having, I bet.
Thank you. I'm glad you think I look all right, because this is a very big night. She's been in there trying on her entire wardrobe. She's been looking forward to it all day.
Oh, I certainly hope the evening measures up.
It already has. Do you know I've spent more time with my mother these past couple of days than I have in my whole life? I was so afraid I'd bore her or embarrass her, you know. But she seemed to enjoy it.
I don't find that surprising at all.
I think she did. She didn't know what to say to me at first, but we went shopping today, and turns out we have a lot of the same tastes. Almost exactly. We went to all these terrific little boutiques and one big posh salon where the models walk around, and everywhere we went, they knew her by name in New York.
Your mother's a very prominent woman.
Well, I knew that, but I hadn't seen it. And you know what? She didn't lie about me. Everywhere we went, she introduced me by name. People's eyes were popping out. Then we ate at this big, expensive restaurant with tons of waiters, about 1,000. We had champagne. And then Mary and Jack Finelli took me out to coffee houses. It's really been the most exciting day of my whole life. And oh, Mother, that's it.
Well, thank you, darling. Hello, Seneca.
Hello, Ray.
Wait, just wait. Stand there, the two of you, a minute. You look beautiful together. You're perfect.
What time did you speak to her?
Just before 5. I told her I had a consultation, I'd be late for dinner, but she didn't say anything about going anywhere else.
Would she necessarily? I got the impression the other night you two don't communicate much. Or has that changed?
No, not yet. But I'm afraid it's mostly my fault. Faith, I haven't told you the whole truth.
Oh?
Oh, it's all true about her self-involvement, her obsession with commodities and the Ryans, and she can't even be bothered to do the breakfast dishes. Look, I'm rationalizing. I'm afraid the upshot was I strayed. A brief, minor affair, but it's over now.
Does she know?
No, but I had to tell a number of lies. And it made me damned uncomfortable. You see, Delia and I based our entire marriage on total honesty, and strangely, it worked.
Until recently.
Yeah, I've just been angry all the time, and the extramarital situation was friendly, not serious, just comfortable. I used it as a sort of a haven to escape from Delia's hysteria. And I realized yesterday how unfair I'd been. Can you believe it? Your black sheep brother up to his ears in guilt.
Yeah, I can. Roger, you've changed. You and I could have never been this upfront with each other before. How are you going to handle it?
I've decided to rededicate myself to the marriage. And the other party in question knows that.
And there won't be any trouble?
No, not from that quarter. But the question is, do I tell Delia the truth or do I spare her the pain?
Are you asking for my advice?
Yeah, I suppose. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess I would feel the same as any other woman would. I'd be envious, and I'd be mad as hell, and I'd be scared. But I'd still want to know. If I were Delia, yes, it would hurt. But I'd get over it.
The problem is you're not Dee. And she's basically an hysterical personality, and she's been incredibly close to the edge lately.
Do you think this would send her over?
I'm just afraid that... I suppose I'm just afraid. I'm a coward.
No.
You see, I haven't changed so very much, Faith.
Yes, you have. I've never heard you be this hard on yourself, maybe too hard. Face it, Delia's given you some rough times, and you're only human.
But what do I do? Do I call it even and start over without taking the chance of losing her?
I think what you have to do is what's right for the person that you are.
A coward with a conscience.
No.
I meant it about rededicating myself. Honey, I love her, and that's what this is all about.
Right, then go with that and do the best you can do.
But I can't deal with the past.
Okay.
I just have to promise no more lies from now on. Honey, where have you been?
You were right about the chicken pepper cash. It was wonderful. What do you think for dessert?
Strawberry whipped cream torte.
Although the strudel here is beyond belief.
She may have a point. It's a toss-up.
Oh, just half. I hardly drink at all. Nobody ever told me not to, but it makes my head a little fuzzy. I'd rather see what's going on.
Very smart at your age.
At any age.
I'd like your opinion on something. Mother and I have already discussed it. Even if I'm only going to be here a short time, I think I should be taking some acting classes. And all the great teachers are here. The question is, who's best? Do you know?
Well, it really isn't my field, but it shouldn't be too hard to find out.
Darling, what I can do for you is go to Charlie Kane, who's our head drama critic, and ask him for some ideas.
Miss Phillips says critics don't know anything.
Now, I'll tell you what I'd do if I were you. I'd decide for myself. You go around to all the acting teachers, you audit the classes, and then you'll get a sense of what's right for you.
You think so? Of course, if I do decide, then I'll have to audition. You don't just walk in and get accepted, even if you do have a lot of money or power. I get so afraid sometimes. I mean, half the time, I'm so sure I can be an actress. And the other half, I'm afraid maybe I don't have it after all.
It being what?
Talent. I know I've got the drive, probably the nerve.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I'm willing to work hard. But do I have the talent? And looks? Sure, I'm pretty, but am I pretty enough? Do you think I look good enough to do commercials?
Kimberly, you are beautiful, and I'm sure you're just as talented.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you were on the screen selling dog food, I would go and buy a whole carload. And I don't even have a dog.
Nana says I could sell anybody a bill of goods. But I don't think she means it as a compliment.
Well, I can vouch for your persuasive powers.
She says I get it from you.
In any event, it is a lovely gift to have if you don't abuse it.
Yeah. For instance, no more arguments about finishing high school.
But, Mama, I know what I want to do with my life.
Darling, please don't call me Mama. Mother is fine. Mama makes me feel as if I've just gained 40 pounds.
Not 40, about 105. Me. So what's your opinion on high school? I can't see any point. My future's in the theater.
Well, now, actors are unemployed from time to time. You would do well to get yourself some kind of alternatives. Besides, you might want to go for a college degree.
Then I'll just act as if I have one.
Kimberly, finish school, one way or the other. I wouldn't discuss it any further.
I have no intention.
Well, maybe I will finish. We'll see.
Have you decided what you want for dessert yet?
Thank you.
let you decide.
Where have you been? I've been worried about you.
With my broker. Hi, Faith. Listen, if I'm interrupting, I can go sit in there.
No, I think it's time for me to go.
Well, don't let me chase you.
No, I was just keeping Roger company while he was waiting for you. Have a nice evening.
Good night. Thank you.
How come you were waiting? I thought you had a consultation.
I did, but it was brief.
Brief but satisfying, I trust.
Yes. How was your broker?
He was satisfying, too.
Good. I guess that means that your investments are improving, huh?
Since when do you care about my commodities?
Well, Delia, since you care about them, I suppose that I should care about them.
Are you being sarcastic? Are you trying to say that I'm obsessed because it's not true? You probably think there's no dinner or ice either, but that's not true either because I made dinner before I left. It's in the fridge.
I saw that you did.
All I have to do is heat it up. And then there's ice in the ice tray.
Honey, wait.
What's this, honey? Your sister left. You don't have to pretend.
I'm not pretending. Look, why don't we go out to dinner tonight? Someplace romantic, just the two of us.
Roger, somebody think you had a guilty conscience or something.
No. I'm worried about us, Dee. I'm really worried. Our marriage is in trouble. I know that you've been making an effort to salvage the situation lately, and I haven't been appreciative.
What do you mean?
I want us to make an effort to get our marriage back on the right track again.
Now?
Now. Tonight. And I thought maybe we could start by going out to dinner.
Well, I got all this dinner waiting. You really mean this, don't you?
Delia, I want you back as the center of my life. It was so much better when you were there.
I want to be there, too. I never wanted to be anywhere else.
Then you can. Look, let's just start over again and get our marriage back to where it was based on honesty and love. And it was so good, and it can be again.
I wanted to fix it.
Then we can. Look, it was both our faults, and I'm willing to accept my part for making the problem, and I hope you will too.
Sort of like the chicken and the egg, isn't it?
Well, it doesn't matter who caused the first wrong. What matters is that we'll try again. Will you?
Of course I will. Oh, why couldn't we have tried last week?
I don't know. Maybe we weren't ready. Maybe we weren't both hurting enough. But the point is that we're trying now.
I just hope it's not too late.
Of course not.
You two sit. I'll get the cognac.
Ah,
Thank you. This has certainly been the best evening I've had in New York.
Well, I hope it was more fun than getting mugged.
Or having dinner at Riverside Hospital.
Oh, don't sit there. Sit over on the couch. It's easier for me to serve you two there. Enjoy.
Well, aren't you joining us?
Oh, I don't think cognac is a good idea, but there is some sweet sherry, or I could have Audrey do you some hot chocolate.
Thank you, but I think I'll just go right to bed. I have a little headache.
You do? When did that start?
No. Not a headache. I'm just awfully tired. All over. Even my head. It's been an incredible day.
Well, I hope you didn't overdo. I mean, you did say she should get rest.
No, don't worry, Mother. I'm fine. Just tired. Thank you for everything. Good night. Don't get up. Good night.
Good night. You know what I think?
We've been set up. It's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on now. I was flattered. She's remarkable.
Well, efficient at any rate. She is rather special, isn't she? You know, I never really counted on that. Now, listen, you don't have to stay.
Ray, I enjoy your company. Spending time with you isn't exactly a hardship, you know.
It was a nice evening, wasn't it?
Why do you think that she was so keen on seeing us as a couple?
Oh, I think the reasons are as clear as day and very guilt-provoking. Kimberly's never had a father, and she spent most of her life pondering on that glamorous, mysterious creature who is her mother. You know, Seneca, I have seen that child 6 times in her life.
There were reasons for that.
Yeah. Anyway, whenever a strong, attractive, exotic-looking, father-aged person turns up in Kimberly's life, naturally she's going to want to pair him up with her dream world mother. So, my friend, you and I have just spent the evening as Kimberly's fantasy.
Yeah, I had a feeling that something like that was going on. I'll tell you something. I didn't mind it. I've missed not being a parent. And she is something special.
Seneca, I've done so many things that were wrong for her. Really can't stand the feeling that I've made a mess of it. I'm not used to feeling that way, except lately, of course.
Oh, wait a minute, wait. If you had a chance to go back and do what you did again, would you?
You mean if I were 17 again and pregnant and crazy to get out of Kansas, would I have an abortion instead of having my baby and handing her over to Mama?
Exactly.
Well, if I had, there'd be no Kimberly, would there? And I can't help feeling that'd be a loss to someone. Maybe the world in general.
Am I wrong, or are you developing maternal instincts in spite of yourself?
Dead wrong. No. Just a question of identification. She's me at that age.
Well, then being a mother to her shouldn't be all that difficult. I mean, you already have an insight into her needs.
I don't want to meet her needs, Seneca. I can't even meet my own.
She obviously adores you, you know.
I know. It's terrifying. You know, I don't like to do this because it's playing right into her hands, but I am going to need help with her, just for the little while that she's here. She does need an older man to give her moral support. Would you?
I'd be delighted.
I was afraid we'd never be like this again.
So was I.
I still am afraid, Roger. I'm afraid I'm not enough for you. And I want to fix everything, but I don't know if I can.
We can. The key is just not let things build up.
I will listen to you. And there will always be ice cubes.
I won't get mad if there aren't. Maybe once or twice. Oh, no.
Don't answer.
Honey, we better, otherwise we'll ruin the whole evening. Miss Delia Coleridge? Yeah. Honey, are you expecting a package?
No, that can't be for me.
Sign here, please. Thank you. Thank you. It's for you. It's said so distinctly.
Well, maybe.
Sometimes I forget when I shop.
Oh, no.
What in the world?
I remember now. I exchanged it for my Fitch.
Well, why don't you try it on? It's incredible.
Oh, what was I thinking?
It's just step back, Dee. I like it. It's a little overstated, but it's you.
I think I made a terrible mistake. I'm going to take it back first thing in the morning.
A new original reality series on SoapNet. Mom and Dad are moving in for a financial intervention. It's a matter of life or debt. Bank of Mom and Dad. Moving in Wednesday at 10, only on SoapNet.